Black women, listen up. You bitches need to riot, actually. Because I was thinking the other day, and why don't cosmetology schools offer any services or any teaching for your type of hair, for African hair? Like, I genuinely would have to pay extra to go take a course about that.
Greetings to you wherever you are watching me from, and hope you are doing well. So, I just came across this video and thought of, you know, throwing some light on it. I've already reacted to a similar video from a South African woman who talked about the fact that our women put on fake hair and all of that.
Why do you put on Indian human hair? Can I ask? You know how we get that hair?
And I shared the video with a friend of mine, and then she, in turn, sent me this um, short video, from obviously TikTok of a white woman talking about a similar topic. I'm like, it's kind of mind blowing that a white woman is talking about a black woman's hair. Her hair texture is not like ours, okay, but she's concerned. Okay, she's not wearing black women hair, but she's concerned about the fact that um in cosmetological schools they don't actually teach anything about, let's say, the aesthetics or whatever, and the ways of handling black hair. And she's concerned about that because if somebody wants to be a beautician, and whether you are black or white, you would definitely want to be able to attend to clients, you know, from all kinds of ethnicities, including black people. So how come, you know, um, the aesthetics of black hair is not actually taught in cosmetology, cost in cosmetological schools, okay, or whatever? Why don't they teach, cosmetics about black hair, how to handle black hair, how to treat it well, how to keep it natural without, adding all kinds of creams, or without, wearing wigs and all of that? Why isn't actually, let's say, um, black women hair not really covered in cosmetological schools? So this is actually her worry, you know. And I totally agree with her. Let's continue.
That doesn't make any sense if I'm already paying to learn about hair. When I want to learn about hair, I want to learn about all different types of hair. Like, why are we low key still segregated when it comes to hair salons? Like,
You know, so she's spitting, I mean, the truth. Why this kind of segregation? And I think she's just sympathizing with black women, and I do appreciate her honest opinion and observation about how segregated, um, unfortunately, the system is. And it's shocking to even know that uh, even in cosmetology, blacks are excluded in terms of actually teaching women how to handle and take care of black hair and that kind of thing, be it in salons and hair salons and all of this. But I really appreciate her honest reaction, like I said. But I think the responsibility lies in the hands of what black women and even the black men. Because if there are no beauticians and there are no beauty salons that take care of black hair, whose responsibility is it? I mean, let's be realistic. Who would you blame if you are living in? Of course, I think from her accent, I do understand that she's from the States. Okay. So since she is from the States, um, the States is a multiracial country, right? Our ancestors were taken there as slaves. We all know the history. And for centuries upon centuries, they have been living there. And it's sad to know that the segregation still exists to the point where, cosmetology actually excludes, you know, our women or our type of hair, you know. But I do understand that since she's from the States, that is why she's pissed off about the fact that there's this kind of segregation. But I think that is still the responsibility of black people because, I mean, why would you? I do understand the point from which she's coming from because if, for instance, in public uh, cos- cos- cosmetological schools, they are not taught about, let's say, blacks are excluded in, let's say, such public schools, then I think she would have a point because it's like, if blacks are part of the states, why are they excluded in public cosmetological schools? So that is an unfair and an institutional form of segregation and racism. However, it is still the responsibility of the black man and the black woman to put up their own cosmetological schools, especially for what black hair and black, beauty, where they can actually teach their young women and their, you know, and people black women interested in the aesthetics of the black man or the black woman's hair to actually what know how to handle such, and they could actually establish some graduate from such schools and build or establish their own salons and take care of black people hair. So that is still the duty of, because if this is lacking, if the state is not doing this, of course that is unfair, but it is the duty of each and every one of us as a citizen. I'm speaking as if I was living in the States, but it is a duty of the black woman and the black man to simply put up their own institutions where they can actually what, teach their people how to what, handle their hair, you know. So this is my take on that. I do think it's unfair, but it's even shocking that this is coming from a white person, you know. And that is simply also because most black women have been brainwashed. We all know what it is. The history of slavery and all of that has made us to hate ourselves. So our women are even wearing wigs, and they prefer wearing all kind of fake stuffs. They are going to bleach their skin, fake butts, fake everything, fake hair. Now, if they are not willing to keep their natural hair, or what would be the essence of um, teaching cosmetology and whatever about black hair in schools? That makes us ask that question. But I'm just trying to be, But the truth of the matter is that there are actually black women today who still enjoy and who are proud to keep their black hair and their natural hair, and they should not be excluded. Moreover, if I think it should even stop, no longer should, they should actually, even in those kind of cosmetological institutions, if they could actually introduce courses that would include actually teaching the black woman and the black man to love themselves and to stop bleaching and to start valuing their natural hair and to start appreciating their natural beauty and all of this in a way to decolonize their minds and in a way to restore their self-image and self-esteem, in a way to let them fall back in love with their true authentic selves, just as white people or other races do, because they weren't or they were able to resist, you know, the attacks, the cultural and social subjugation and all kinds of attacks on their identity. So how would you ever see an Asian woman wearing a wig that looks like that of a black woman's? But why would a black woman be wearing an Asian woman's hair? Why is it that in hotels and other places, a black woman cannot proudly work as a receptionist if she doesn't have to cover her hair? Who is to be blamed? Still, we have to be blamed because we need to resist and we need to what, enrich ourselves, and we need to build our own institutions. We need to resist and say, you know what, if I have to work as a receptionist and you don't allow me to keep my natural hair, then I better leave that job. And a lady actually some time ago raised an important point about the fact that black men, since we are actually living in a patriarchal community or society, black men need to also level up and actually make sure that they are economically powerful, where they can actually create companies that would employ proud black women, you know, who want to stay authentic if they are rejected by what, let's say, white companies or companies that require that they tamper with the integrity of their bodies, including wearing fake hair and wigs in order to work, for instance, as a receptionist, which means black men need to also stand up, and black men also need to stop actually glorifying, for instance, women of other races and speaking down upon their own women. And it's actually silly as a black man to tease a woman that gave birth to you. It came out of the darkness of the womb of a black woman. So how dare you insult yourself? You know. So we need to actually stop. That's why I would say big up to people like Benna Boy, who actually what put um represent a lot black women, black beauty in his music videos. And of course, people like Mr. Liji, you know, an artist based in Brooklyn, a brother, who is also passionate about, black people in general. And he represents very well our culture also in his music. So we need more of this. Let's continue.
We can't just go to the same fucking hair salon because they don't teach it. You gotta either take courses or watch videos or learn on your own time. When I'm already paying to learn other shit, it doesn't make sense. Oh, and I'm gonna take the time to learn so you guys can come to me.
Anyway, please let me know what you think. I think she said it all, and it's about time things change. But until then, we as Black people need to, take our responsibilities. We need to take care of ourselves. We don't have to wait for anybody or any institution. Love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe. Bye.